The joys of burning socks, haunted house brawls, Bigfoots or Big Feet in Ohio, and strange traditions meant to help you ring in the spring.
Get comfortable. Turn off the lights. It's Monthly Spooky.
Hello, my spookies, and welcome back to Monthly Spooky. I'm your host, Henrique Couto, here with my good buddy and co-host, Michelle. Michelle, how are you?
Do you want a real answer to that question or not?
I think they do want a real answer, believe it or not.
That's weird. No, I'm not good. Everything sucks.
Unfortunately, I know. And I'm in the midst of my taxes right now, so I'm not super happy-go-lucky in the world either.
Yeah.
It's the only time of year, where you really get to remember that everybody else has an easier go of things. When you see people telling you, I had a friend tell me he was so mad because he only got $2,200 back.
Mm-hmm.
From his taxes, and I was like, that's cool. I'm praying not to owe $5,000 or $6,000.
Yeah, I don't live in that world. I just know my parents and shit, and they're all like, "Oh, I have to give money to the government," so we're all on the same page.
That's nice. See, that's nice. At least that my mom. I mean, she's retired now, so she has to pay a little bit of taxes, but not that much because she's getting whatever, that pension and Social Security and shit. But it's a weird, I like my life, obviously. I mean, I like what I do for a living very much, actually. And I'm not just saying that because I'm doing it right now. But tax time is about the one time where it's it's the worst, because you'll be going through your everything, your income and everything, and then it'll be congratulations, you made more money than last year, you owe way more money than last year, and you're like, yeah, this doesn't suck, this is fine, it does sometimes. Do you ever, when you're working on your small business, do you ever feel like it's very obvious that the government doesn't want you to have your small business?
Sorry, no, my business is so small that I don't even think the government cares at all.
Oh, I mean, I haven't, I didn't get any 1099s for my main earning because of the way they've changed all the regulation.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't either.
Yeah, my mom was like, how do they even know what you made then? And I was like, it's not my problem. I'm just reporting what I earned. I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
Nobody's sending a 1099, I'll tell you.
Yeah, I'm a little confused because the thing that I get all the money from, this didn't send me a 1099, and I feel like they needed to. So I guess. Did
it rhyme with Schmaypal?
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't send me one either, and that was over 90% of my income was in there.
That's it's 65-70% of my income. So I don't understand, but hey, whatever.
They changed the rules, and it's really weird. I think this is not tax advice, and we'll talk about something spooky. Well, though there's nothing spookier. No, screw that. This is the scariest thing I can talk about. Yeah. Let's talk about taxes. No, but
Ow.
Am I still really loud in your headphones?
No, my computer made a sound inside it that was really loud, and I didn't mean to react to it.
Well, all I was going to say is I think that the rule now is you have to hit the threshold, which is 20 grand, and have over 200 transactions.
Oh, I think it's both. Maybe one of that's not true.
Yeah, because I doubt that my setup has over 200. It might be close, but probably not.
Yeah, mine, let's see. Mine probably does not have over 200 either.
And I think it's only, I think transactions, it means going in only. I don't think it means, paying out stuff too.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Huh. Okay. So that's why I don't have a 1099. That sucks.
Yeah. Well, does it? I mean, all I had,
care.
I was gonna say, all I had to do was download the report and get a total. So
it's no big deal. I only use PayPal. I mean, 99% of the stuff coming to my PayPal is from business. So
yeah. Mine, I have a business PayPal now. Every now and then I accidentally realize I'm logged into it when I bought something.
Mm-hmm.
So but it's easy to tell because, you know, it'll be like microphone cord, recordable media, box of cigars. And I'm like, okay, well, that one is not business. I don't buy recordable media for Weekly Spooky. No,
exactly. Just the cigars.
Just the cigars, damn it. But no, so yeah, that's the exciting fear that's going on in my life. It's all taxes. But we have a pretty cool topic for tonight that we'll be getting to after the spooky news that I found just by luck, which is we have a top list of bizarre spring superstitions.
Okay.
Since spring has sprung, is it spring already?
I don't know. I think so.
I like how you looked at your watch.
Well, I was looking for the date.
My mom has a smartwatch. We were out at an antique mall yesterday, and my mother has a smartwatch. She understands the concept of it, but she still will be like, "Do you have to go?" When I look at it, she'll be like, "Are you running out of time?" And I'll be like, "No, somebody's calling me."
Yeah.
Or no, I got an email. Anyway, but no, so I've got this cool list of spring superstitions, and some of them are pretty weird, and I hadn't heard of a lot of them. So I thought that'd be a cool end of March concept because I didn't want to run into nothing but Ides of March stuff forever, because that's really like that's the money March concept, is the Ides of March.
Yeah.
So
something. Beware.
But
I don't know.
But yeah, so other than that, it's I wish I could say it was more exciting than just taxes. And I tried smoking a pipe.
Yeah.
Very exciting stuff. I'm still not sure I love it. So I'm going to give it a chance because it's overall not that expensive to pick up and start.
Yeah.
So, I love cigars, and like a cigar is, $10 to $12, and that's just one time. But like a tin of pipe tobacco will be like $20, and it's like, I don't know, like maybe 15 sessions, like 15 1 hour, so it's very inexpensive compared to cigars and stuff like that. So I'm trying some different tobaccos and learning the technique, because it's all technique. It's always technique.
Yeah.
Well, see, and this is why it's tough too. So not only do taxes scare me the most, but the other horror stuff that happened this month is I went and saw quite a few horror movies in the theater. But we saved that for the end of the show, so I don't want to spoil it.
Okay.
By giving away the horror movies I saw, but I will say ahead of time, if you haven't seen The Undertone, or Undertone, I don't think it's the. Also, I like it because Undertone, it's lowercase all the way through. Like that's their styling. Like at the movie theater was lowercase U, Undertone. On the ticket, it was Undertone. But I loved that film.
Okay.
And it's a great example of when you have a cool concept and you have a cool concept, decent marketing, and a ton of luck. Because that film was made for $500,000. A24 picked it up and put it into theaters, and it did 16 million opening weekend. I think it was 16 million. But for context, another film I saw, The Bride, which I thought was fine. I thought it had a lot of problems, that it had a lot of things that didn't make sense, and not in a fun way. But I did enjoy it. But that cost $80 or $90 million, and it did 16 million in its opening weekend. So people, and Undertone, I'll go into detail at the end of the show, but it had some of the most legitimately scary things I've seen in a movie in the theater in a while, by being simple and creepy.
Okay.
Like they did a lot with quietness, like with silence. And that I loved. I loved that it was playing up silence. They did a ton with millennial dread. And I'll tell you that right now, like if you watch it, you will be upset because it is built to really hurt the feelings of somebody in our era of life.
Interesting.
It really does. I was very upset watching it.
Really? I don't think it can hurt my feelings. No.
Oh, I would love to test that. I'll when it comes out, I'll rent it for you. I'll send you a rental of it, and you can watch it. And then you can call your mom immediately when it's over and see if she's okay.
But I always call her and see if she's okay.
Like immediately after watching any movie at all?
Yeah. Are you okay? And she's like, did you watch a movie?
Oh, man. Do you ever watch a movie or a TV episode or whatever, and afterward you just have to like call your mom or your dad or text them? Never?
No.
Oh my gosh. Sometimes I'll watch a movie and just the way somebody talks to their mother will make me have to send my mom an I love you text, like in the middle of the night, like just whenever, like just, yeah. So, but maybe I'm just a softie. I'm probably just a big softie.
No, I mean, I just wait until like I talk to them again and then I say something about it.
Yeah. And my mom's an avid texter, which is weird. Like she doesn't like to talk on the phone. She likes to text. So, I mean, that's nice because we just kind of like can talk throughout the day if we want or whatever. But,
sure.
And it was really nice when she had a job because she could, sneak it.
Yeah.
So, but with all that, we're going to take a quick break. And when we get back, we're going to jump into the spooky news. And we're going to talk about a news story I found that is out of Maryland about a new spring tradition in Maryland I'd never heard of that sounds so weird. I can't wait to learn about it.
Okay.
So we'll jump into that right after this. All right, we're back, and it's about time we dive in to the spooky news.
The spooky news.
This first story is from NPR. I know it's one of Chel's preferred whatever NPR is. But the headline reads, decades ago, a Maryland sailor burned his winter socks. Now it's a spring tradition.
No.
What's your problem with this?
I don't want to burn socks.
Why not?
Socks are good and you need them.
But even if they're your winter socks and now it's spring?
Yeah, what about next winter? What's happening here?
Who knows that next winter will even come?
I guess that's right. Just burn everything. Burn it all down.
See, there you go. Now you're getting it. So, but I'd never heard of this in any way.
Yeah.
So this is out of Annapolis, Maryland. How do you welcome spring after one of the coldest winters in decades? In Chesapeake Bay town of Annapolis, by burning your socks. And there's bunches of pictures of people like holding socks on a stick and burning them and people filming them doing it.
Wow.
Yeah. This annual festival, which draws hundreds, is held in the city's Eastport neighborhood and timed to coincide with the spring equinox. It's a potent blend of smelly socks, alcohol, music, piles of oysters, and more than a hint of pyromania.
Yeah.
I'm sold already. Like, now I want to go.
No.
We should next year, Chel. We should go to the event. You don't have to partake. You don't have to burn any socks. You could even... we could even give you a microphone and you could be asking people like, why would you burn these innocent socks?
Oh, okay, fine.
We do. We need to take Monthly Spooky on the road. People have commented how cool that would be to see that.
Were we like going to go and like stay in scary places? Was that us?
Well, that would have to be a part of it. Yeah. We would, I'm saying this could be a part of that oeuvre. It's also going to like strange festival things. It doesn't hurt that you're not that far from Maryland either.
No.
So as opposed to like if it was far from both of us, that's much more inconvenient. Quote, I like to watch the socks burn. Something about that, acknowledges Mary Keller, a lifelong Annapolis resident. That's the best. For nearly 50 years, the Annapolis oyster roast and sock burning has marked the long-awaited return of warmer days to the East Coast boating hub, and time for sailing season to begin again. Usually I save these for later in the show, but I didn't realize it would be this funny, but I liked it because it's about spring.
Not so
Kelly Swartout, Vice President of Development at the Annapolis Maritime Museum and Park, explains that it all started in 1977, quote, during one of the coldest seasons we had. The bay froze over. Wow, the bay itself froze over.
Yeah.
That's pretty cold.
That. Yeah,
but that's pretty cold when you're like a ocean bay.
Yeah.
To freeze over.
And it has all that salt in it, so I would think it would be harder to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually when oceans freeze, we call that, glaciers.
Oh, yeah.
Icebergs.
Yeah.
The bay froze over and, quote, a local sailor got so fed up with the cold weather that he decided he was going to take his socks off and burn them. Do they mean for warmth?
I don't know. I think he was just angry and he was like, I just hate the things that are protecting me, and he just burned.
You're like, I think he was just angry and also criminally insane.
Exactly.
I'm burning these sons of bitches.
And everyone was just staring like, what's happening? Yeah.
But then one guy was just like sitting in the back with his arms crossed, nodding like, yes.
Yeah.
And then it just smash cuts to him being the mayor. I hereby declare today. I like that he's a Kennedy in that version.
Yes.
Forrest Gump just walks by. Why is he born in his socks? I watched Forrest Gump at the Cigar Lounge the other day. That movie's so good. I loved it when I was a kid, and then I didn't like it as a teenager, and now I love it as an adult.
Okay.
So I could go on forever about that. Bob Turner, a boatyard worker, is credited with starting the tradition. According to Baltimore Magazine, Turner found two things unbearable: winter and wearing socks. I don't like wearing socks very much either.
I don't really. Well, that's not true. If I could live somewhere that was warm all the time, I wouldn't wear socks. But I like the idea that the socks protect my feet when my feet are cold.
Oh, I do too. I mean, I wear like Crocs until I literally can't survive anymore, and then I switch out. I'm just classy like that.
I know.
So he decided to toss his into a bonfire. He told his, quote, coworkers, quote, I'm not putting them on again until next winter, he recalled to the magazine in 2015.
He can't put them on again ever.
Yeah, because they're ashes now.
Yeah.
This guy, this is a man after my own heart. This is the kind of thing I do, like, wearing Crocs until after Thanksgiving. I don't care. I don't care how cold it gets. I'm wearing them until then because I say so.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, at least I don't wear Crocs and socks.
Well, I do, so there.
Oh, yeah, you do have a pair of Crocs, don't you?
Yeah.
But aren't they like special Crocs?
I don't know. What does that mean?
I feel like they're not traditional Crocs. Aren't they like different?
Like how?
I don't know. They're your Crocs. I can't even see them.
Well, you bought them for me.
Didn't I get like fur-lined Crocs or something for you?
No, they're just regular Crocs.
Regular? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a good friend, see?
Yeah.
Well, also, I'm happy they're still treating you well. I wear mine so often they barely last a year before I have to get new ones.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably getting to be time, but yeah.
Probably. You gonna burn them? I'm not wearing these things till next week.
I would burn them, but they're made out of some sort of plastic, so no.
Yeah. Yeah, they would not smell so great.
Yeah.
Many here in Annapolis are equally fed up after this past winter, using the same word to describe it: brutal. How brutal? The start of the Annapolis Yacht Club's annual Frostbite Sailboat Race Series, so named because it runs in the winter, had to be delayed this year because there was too much ice in Spa Creek and the Severn River, where the races are held. It's the first time that's happened in 20 years, according to Dick Neville, co-chair of the race committee. Quote, we had a real old-style winter, and it caught us a little bit by surprise, he says. But it is what it is, and when the creek freezes, you can't race. I mean, that's life. Oh my gosh. I've got to show you. So I wasn't going to show you images from this event,
Mm-hmm.
but then I just saw this guy and it made me want to show you. So real quick, Chell, that is not, that's not right. Uh-oh. I think the capture froze.
Oh no.
That's not what I'm looking at all.
Yeah, I'm confused.
Sorry, pal. I guess I can't show you.
It's okay.
Well, there was a guy like burning, a sock on a stick, and then there were just people wearing really wild socks.
Mm-hmm.
But my fear was then, the reason I burst out laughing was I scrolled down and it's just a bunch of people jumping around and a guy just playing a saxophone in the middle of the photo. It just made me happy. But today, the sun is shining and it feels like spring at this beach festival. Live music by the Eastport Oyster Boys and the Naptown Brass Band blares from the bandstand. No, we should go. This sounds awesome, actually.
Yeah.
I want to hear the Naptown Brass Band and the Eastport Oyster Boys.
Mm-hmm.
Who, by the way, I feel like it'd be hard not to call the Oysterport Easter Boys.
Yeah.
Just for the record. Scott Laban of Annapolis says he's been coming here for years and is eager to get his boat out of storage and back in the water. He holds up what he describes as, quote, probably a blended nylon cotton sock with a hole in it. Laban details the elaborate process of elimination that determines which socks to bring to the festival each year. Okay, so it's not just like, your brand new winter sock. Wow, there's a picture of a little girl throwing a balled up sock at a big pile of fire. But the pile of fire is like maybe 3 feet wide by 3 feet. So it's like a little pit of fire in the sand, and there are guys around it with shovels. Quote, you've got the Egyptian cotton socks that your mom got you. Those are going into the fire, he says. With remote work these days, quote, you don't need the dress socks anymore. So, those are going on the fire as well. I love this so much. Laban says he's also a big fan of oysters, a Chesapeake Bay favorite. Mm-hmm. And there are copious amounts of them here. I could go for, I just, anything that's in the ocean, I'll eat it. It's pretty much
anything.
Just about anything.
Plastic bag over there.
A tire.
Yeah.
Mike Dykes is an oyster expert. He's been shucking them for 30 years. Wow. He says he's already shucked a couple thousand for this event and expects to go through many more before it's finished. Referring to the part of Maryland that lies on the eastern side of the bay, Dykes demonstrates that what he calls the, quote, Eastern Shore stabbing style. You come in from the front, not the back, give it a little wiggle, and cut the two muscles. The event's culmination nears as Annapolis poet laureate Jefferson Holland recites his Ode to the Equinox, which explains that revelers, quote, burn their socks at the equinox. Hey, that rhymes. I like that. Because, quote, through the spring and the summer into the fall, they go around not wearing any socks at all, just stinky bare feet stuck in old deck shoes, whether out on the water or enjoying a brew. And then there's a photo of a woman throwing a pair of socks into a blaze. It's like, this is amazing. I need this in my life, Chell. We're going. I'm making this happen.
You could just burn socks whenever you want.
But I won't have the East Coast Oyster Boys.
You could just
I could hire them.
Yeah, they can come and you could be like, "Hey, I really like that thing that you did. Come here, I'm going to light some socks on fire."
And they'd be like, "I'm in."
Yeah.
With the last line of the poem hanging in the air, it's the signal for the main event: sock burning. Not an orderly affair, but a free-for-all. Dozens of socks of all colors and fabrics arc overhead and rain down on the sandy pit. Some land squarely in the flames, others miss the mark and have to be helped into the fire. Aww. The annual festival is, quote, really just an excuse to drink, says Laban. Holding a beer and obviously feeling a bit flush. Quote, but build it around sock burning and bringing out the old and ringing in the new, and you've got a good party.
Yeah.
That is great. I enjoyed that so deeply.
I'm glad.
Yeah. Let's burn some socks, baby.
Yeah.
We're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, we're going to talk about a haunted hotel with one of Scotland's oldest bars looking for new owners right after this. right, real quick, before we jump back into the spooky news, I wanted to show Chell some of the images of the sock burning parade, or the sock burning party. So there's the guy I was talking about holding a stick burning a sock.
Mm-hmm.
Look how happy everybody is.
Yeah, everybody likes fire.
Yeah. Now look at those socks.
Those are pretty interesting socks.
I like them.
Yeah, they're okay.
And is this the one? Yeah, look at the guy playing the saxophone.
Yeah, just like in the crowd. That must, that's...
And do you see the guy in the mascot outfit that's a giant oyster?
Yes. He looks like he's crying.
Well, yeah, because they're going to shuck him.
I don't like this.
The little girl throwing the sock at the fire.
Oh my God.
Shucking oysters.
Mm-hmm.
And then look at this. That's a perfect photo.
That's a really good picture.
Because it's like you see two matching socks in midair over top of flames.
Yeah.
So that's one of those rare times when we discover a news story and I just love it so much. Not quite as good as when we got enamored with the poison mushrooms in Australia, but still pretty good.
Yeah.
But now let's head from Maryland to Scotland.
Oh.
And this is from the scottishsun.co.uk. The headline is, "That's the Spirit. Haunted hotel with one of Scotland's oldest bars on the hunt for new owners."
Yay. That sounds like an ad for real estate.
It's not an ad.
Yes.
It's billed as, quote, "an accessible haven for those seeking to escape the city so they can immerse themselves in nature." But the 17th century property is believed to be haunted by the restless spirit of a young boy who died centuries ago.
Yeah, that's how they do it.
But don't worry, later on they talk about how they're going to have an exorcism.
Oh, God.
I didn't see that. I just made that up. But it could be there. You never know.
I would think that would be bad because it sounds like they're trying to convince people to buy this because there's ghosts there.
Yeah.
So they're like, no, we got rid of it. Don't worry about that. We don't even know why we wrote this. That's it.
We're just crazy.
Yeah.
According to folklore, the Blue Boy, as he's known, is said to have met a tragic fate at the lock, with his ghost continuing to roam the corridors of the building.
So he's all like blue because he didn't have any air anymore?
I'm guessing, or froze in the water.
Oh,
or something.
Okay. Yeah.
CCL Real Estate Limited, who put up the listing, said, quote, "The Coilet Inn operates as a traditional village inn with revenue generated from a balanced mix of food, drink, and accommodation. Its reputation draws regular trade from the local community, with a catchment area extending up to 50 miles and encompassing several towns and villages."
Okay.
No mention of the ghost, though.
Yeah.
But what of the ghost?
I don't think it's that important.
That's harsh.
Yeah.
Quote, "The property itself is a distinguished 17th century coaching inn, thoughtfully maintained to honor its historic character while providing modern comforts." A further description said, quote, "The inn's atmospheric charm is enhanced by local folklore, including the tale of the Blue Boy ghost, adding to its appeal as a destination for authentic Scottish hospitality."
Okay. I don't like that it's like it's updated, but and it keeps its charm, but they don't describe anything. Like, what does it look like? What was its charm? How was it updated? Does it have hot water? Like, what's going on? So, yeah.
Oh, those are just details. I guess that's your point, though.
Yeah.
Like, yes, they're details.
I want the details.
The building includes a reception hallway and office leading to a spacious lounge and restaurant with original features, a rustic public bar with a roaring open fire, and a well-equipped commercial kitchen.
Okay, that's a little better, but of course it said original features, but didn't tell me what those were. Thanks.
Well, they're original. They're
the original
features.
Ones.
Yeah. The original kind.
I know. The original features.
Yeah, they're original.
Yeah.
There are also a number of bedrooms with stunning views.
To what? What do we see?
Scotland. Duh.
Oh, okay.
The Coilet Inn is surrounded by approximately 1.5 acres of woodland and hillside, providing a serene and scenic environment for guests. There.
Fine.
You just had to jump on it right away, huh?
Yeah.
You're still mad because you're worried they're going to be like, anyway, we're exercising the blue boy.
Yeah.
The grounds also feature a timber holiday lodge, a small jetty. Do you know what a jetty is?
Isn't it like does it have to do with water?
What is a jetty?
Like a little...
A jetty is a long, narrow structure typically made of wood, concrete, or stone that projects from the shore into a body of water.
That definitely. And I did know that, but I was afraid to say it.
So you're afraid to be wrong?
Yes.
Yeah, this is not a safe space to be wrong. We will never let you live it down.
No.
The small jetty and fishing rights on Loch Eck.
Wow.
With scope for further development subject to planning. Well, all development is subject to planning. That's just, all things are subject to planning.
You could do this, but you'd have to decide to do it and figure out what it would be.
That's everything. Yeah. Like, even things that are impossible are subject to planning. You can't send a man to the moon, subject to planning.
Yeah.
We can send a man to the moon. It includes a range of outbuildings and stores supporting both the inn's operations and the on-site water sports business, which offers kayak and paddleboard hire directly from the private beach.
Wow, this is a lot of work. I don't want to own this.
Oh, I already put a bid in for you.
Fuck.
Yeah, you're probably going to own it.
But it's a lot of work.
I know.
What? Why? Why would you do that?
Because I know how much you like things.
I do really like things. And I really like houses. So, okay, fine. Whatever. I'll figure it out.
We heard about a few of the features, and they're original. They're original features. The private stretch of beach, complete with a jetty and boat moorings, provides... Man, they just really love their jetty.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah.
Provides exclusive fishing rights and direct access to the loch for water-based activity. There's also a beer garden and terrace for outdoor dining. See, you got a beer garden.
Just what I always wanted.
The selling agent said the property near Dunoon was a destination for relaxation and a property with significant scope for future growth. There is also an option to buy a historic 17th century coaching inn and additional land.
Jeez, there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna have to work on it together, I guess. I'll come and help you out a little bit, but it's entirely yours, so like it's all your liability.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I'm closing it. I don't want all this work. I'll keep the property.
How will you get your money back?
Oh, I don't care. It's mine now. I'm just gonna live there or something.
Fair enough. Okay.
Yeah. Right. I don't have any money.
Well, when we get back from the break, we're going to take a trip to Ohio, my homeland, to talk about a sanitation worker finding something suspect right after this. We're back and looking at a news story from Huffington Post that says Ohio sanitation worker finds police suspect hiding in trash can.
Oh.
What surprises me the most, though, I saw that headline and I was like, well, that's going on the show. But then it says Huber Heights, Ohio. I go to Huber Heights to see movies sometimes. It's really close by. Like, it's super close by. It's off the highway.
Wow.
From me. Huber Heights, Ohio, a sanitation worker making his rounds in Ohio got an unexpected surprise when he opened a trash can and found a man hiding inside. I just immediately imagined Oscar the Grouch. I don't know about you.
I didn't, but I wish I did.
What did you imagine?
Just a guy in a trash can.
Just a dude.
Yeah.
Just doing his thing.
Sitting there in the trash can.
Being a dude.
Yeah.
Nice. A dash camera video posted by the Huber Heights Police Department on its Facebook page shows the worker rolling the bin toward a garbage truck, lifting the lid, and quickly staggering back before pointing toward the container as officers pull up. Wow, so he was lucky. The cops must have already been looking for the guy, they must have seen him nearby.
That would make sense, and that would make more sense, because obviously you wouldn't want to hide in a trash can that's on the street getting ready to be... Obviously. So... I mean, unless it was for a little while and you're running from the police. So yeah. I get it. Yeah.
Police said the man had fled on foot after a traffic stop earlier Monday.
Jeez.
Officers briefly lost sight of him and set up a perimeter in the area. The video shows the man climbing out of the bin and taking off running as an officer chases. During the pursuit, the man's shoes appear to fly off. That's when you know you're just having a bad day.
Yeah.
You know, you're running for it and your shoes just kick right off. You're like, oh, good, great. Thanks.
Well, maybe they were really bad shoes and they were holding him back.
Maybe.
Yeah.
You like heels? That is one of my favorite. I don't even know if you call it. I guess you could call it a trope in movies, is when women kick off their shoes to like really get a good run.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to not call it a trope because I know that legitimately a lot of women's shoes suck to run in.
Yeah.
But I guess anything that's done repeatedly in movies is a trope, even if it's real.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess so.
Like it was a trope for detectives to smoke cigarettes in movies, but like people smoked cigarettes in real life.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing. The man was taken into custody without injury, according to police. I wish they told us why he was running or something. Nothing on that though.
No.
Just a living guy in a trash can.
Yeah, that would scare me, I think.
It would scare me too.
Yeah. And I feel really bad. Sorry.
No, you feel really bad?
Because I rolled the trash can and I was almost going to throw him in the truck and kill him.
And smash him?
Yeah. Compact him.
Well, it's like, I imagine the reason the guy didn't like the sanitation worker didn't freak out more was probably because maybe like right when he noticed something was up, he saw the cop car coming up.
Yeah.
So he just kind of put two and two together really fast.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I know I've known a few sanitation workers and they are used to the unexpected.
That would make sense.
I had a buddy I went to high school with. He was a sanitation worker for a few years. And he was just like, oh yeah, man, if you don't pay attention, that's when you just like, you're just hanging out, spacing out, and all of a sudden you have to go to the hospital because you got covered in battery acid.
Oh, God.
And you're like, and he was like, yeah, I think I'm going to quit sometime. And I was like, oof, I appreciate your service. Jeez, that's rough.
Yeah, really.
So Chell, let's imagine for a second.
Uh-huh.
You are a garbage woman.
Okay.
You're like, that's not a stretch.
Yeah, that's basically me.
I felt bad. I kept saying sanitation worker, and I don't think that's a bad term, you know, or like I'm not against saying sanitation worker instead of garbage man, but I also love when language is more lively and you know what I mean? Like there's no gusto in sanitation worker.
Yeah.
Like there's no flourish. That's the term I'm looking for. There's no flourish. So you're a garbage woman and you're wheeling out the garbage can. Okay.
Oh, so it has wheels on the bottom now?
Yeah, you know, like the kinds that you wheel out. Do you not have wheels on yours?
No, I do. I'm just asking.
It's gonna have wheels because otherwise you would have never been able to move it to the curb anyway with a whole guy in it.
I kind of thought, for some reason, my brain thought because they said roll that they like rolled it.
Oh,
so the guy's like
that's why you felt
down.
You were like, I feel bad for him that he was rolling him to his death. No, I think they meant the ones where you tilt it and scoot it.
I think you're right. I think they do. Okay, so
you're rolling this to the curb or past the curb to get it to the dump truck. And when you open the lid, I want you to imagine that you see me. I'm going to be the guy inside the trash can. So you open it up. Go ahead.
Oh, you can't be in here.
Why not?
This is where trash goes. This is not where you like hang out. I got to take this trash out. So you need to get out of the trash can.
Who are you to tell me or to tell anybody where trash goes?
I am a sanitation worker, so I'm pretty sure that's my job. So I'm going to need you to get out of the trash can right now.
Yeah, but you're not a lawyer or something. Like, you don't know the rights of this. You're just like a cog in the machine, man.
You're just like a guy in a trash can. I'm not really sure what's even happening.
Now we're just throwing around accusations. We're throwing around harsh pejoratives.
You're
I
right.
don't think this is fair.
I don't know if you're a guy, and I'm not 100% sure this is a trash can. It could be a recycling can that went out on the wrong day, but I do need you to get out of it, whatever it is.
So this is your can?
This is the city's can.
That's
and I work for the city.
It says Rumpke on it. I don't think that's the city.
Well, I am Rumpke, so I don't know what you want.
You're Allison Rumpke?
I am.
Whoa, you must be loaded wealthy.
You know, I am, but I still like to come out and participate in all this, you know? So, like, again, this is my trash can.
Not lose touch with the common man.
Yeah. I like to work just like everybody else.
Wow. I love that for you because, I mean, like, it's working. I mean, like, look, you just met me. I'm just like in a garbage can, you know? Like, that is such a nice thing. I hope, wow. And I feel like extra charge up. I feel like I made your day a little bit too.
You mean because I don't normally run into guys in garbage cans?
Yeah. Like, how would you, if you were some corporate suit, you know, going into your office every day and then having your highball martini and then going to your the golf course and whatever else those people do, you'd never meet a guy like me.
I mean, that's really true. I don't. If I was, you know, doing that, I wouldn't meet a lot of, like, you know, just criminals trying to escape the police.
Okay, hold on. First of all, are the police still here?
They are sitting in the car like 2 inches from us right now. Like, I know you can't see them because you're in the trash can, but they're like waiting for my signal so they can come get you.
So that's why I feel the engine vibrating.
Yes. Yeah, we turned off the trash truck, so it's not us. It's the police now.
It's the police.
Yeah, so I would advise you to just stand up and go quietly because you're just making this worse for you, you know?
Could I ask you, I understand you don't want to hide me from the police and pretend I'm not in here. That would be aiding and abetting, and I get it, right?
Yeah.
Could I ask you one really small favor?
You can ask.
It's just one favor, please, as from one garbage man to a garbage woman, you know?
Okay. What is it?
Would you mind paying for all of my legal fees?
Huh. What did you do exactly?
I don't know. That's kind of the problem. But my feet are bleeding. That's really all I know.
Okay, so that's probably because of all that glass that you're stepping on right now.
That's what the crunch sound was.
Yeah, that and probably your bones a little, but like, and it's a lot of blood too.
It's a ton of blood.
Yeah. So how about this? I'll pay for your hospital fees and I'll see if we can find you a good lawyer.
Oh, I actually have Cobra.
Oh, okay.
So my hospital stuff's probably good.
Okay. So how about the lawyer? And then once we get this all taken care of, I'll get you a job.
Oh man. I just hope it's not being a garbage man. That's kind of demeaning work.
Yeah,
but thank you. I'll put up my hands right now. They don't have their guns drawn, do they?
They totally have their guns drawn.
That's probably smart. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, we're going to take a quick break. But when we get back, we're heading to India. Oh. Because I found a new story about some paranormal vloggers who they got into some serious trouble. And I need a minute to laugh off the garbage man thing. So we'll be back right after this. We're back, and this one caught my eye. I hope it's a good one.
Me too. This
is from iHeart.com.
Oh.
And iHeartMedia is who places our ads, whether you like the ads or not. They've
that's
been good
true.
to us.
Okay, they have. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean it. And the radio station that I like is part of iHeartMedia. So, I mean, they're okay. They're not good. They're just...
Oh.
Yeah.
Is this a music station?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, what do they play?
I don't really know. They think they're playing alternative, but they don't really know what they're doing.
They think they're playing alternative. The headline reads, Indian paranormal vloggers spark brawl over phony haunted house claims.
Uh-oh.
It's rare that I find something that says like paranormal people are in like fist fight.
Mm-hmm. And says that it might not be true, too. Usually we don't acknowledge that things are fake.
Yeah. Two people in India were left injured when a brawl erupted between paranormal vloggers and residents of a neighborhood fed up with videos of about a purportedly haunted house in the community. So this, I believe, would happen.
Yeah.
At first, the way the headline made it sound, I thought maybe they'd gotten in a fight with other paranormal vloggers, or maybe they'd gotten in a fight with something like that. But I could totally see a local community being like, we are tired of you guys running around making TikToks that about like not true stuff in our neighborhood. And it's causing people to like come here or do TikTok dance challenges in our neighborhood. And like, my husband hit 3 of them with his car just trying to get out of the driveway. Like, he has very bad depth perception, but he passed his driver's test. So like, he's allowed to drive legally. So they're at fault. Like, you have me an improv brain now. Jesus. According to a local media report, the curious case started earlier this month when content creators on social media learned of a home in the village of Sanpur where a family of 7 was mysteriously slain back in 1999.
Oh.
The story of the still unsolved massacre captured the imagination of Indian vloggers who twisted the tale into something supernatural by asserting that the now empty residence had been abandoned due to paranormal activity. I mean...
That's how they get you.
That's how they get you, man.
Yeah.
Much to the chagrin of people in Sanpur, the dark account of the haunted house spread like wildfire on Indian social media, prompting thrill seekers and would-be online stars to flock to the residence.
Yeah.
I can only imagine. I mean, it's hard, because I work in new media.
Mm-hmm.
But new media, when I had my first podcast forever ago, 2004, 2005, new media basically just meant like podcasts and sort of YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have social media.
Yeah.
Which is sort of new media. And you kind of have to like cohabitate with the influencer space a little bit to kind of be in that space at all.
Mm-hmm.
And it can be really obnoxious.
Mm-hmm.
I've been experimenting with growing my TikTok audience.
Yeah.
For Weekly Spooky. What I've been doing is, and YouTube and Instagram as well, but mostly it's been TikTok that's caught traction. Where every week when we do a Terrifying and True, I do a 10-part, 1 minute each 10-part series about whatever the topic is. Like we do a piece and then there's, another one comes out, 3 or 4 hours later, and I publish 2 a day all week. And it kind of helps get people interested in the show. But, I would get like messages on TikTok and they'd be like, yo, if you want like advice on how to get more traction, I have all these videos about it, and they're like telling you to like scream and shake your head at the start of the videos and stuff. And I was like, no wonder I hate being on TikTok so much.
Yeah.
Everybody's like they're like 3 steps away from just jangling keys at the start of the video just to make you not swipe past them.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say, about last week, 4 different people on 4 different TikTok videos I released that week commented basically the same thing, which was they said I sounded like a certain voice actor.
Huh.
I'm trying to remember his name. Nick Baquet. Or Baquet. So he was most famous for doing the voice of Salem the cat on Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
I mean,
I don't think I sound that much like him.
I don't think you sound that much like him.
I hear it a little bit.
Maybe, but like not a ton.
Well, I think that Salem's voice is very kind of like enunciation forward.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So I get it, but like literally some of them said you sound like Nick Baquet, and then the others were just saying you sound like Salem from Sabrina. And but I do take it as a compliment because I've always loved that character and in that show. And he was also the voice of Norbert on Angry Beavers. So, which was a Nickelodeon show I loved back then.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, but yeah, that was my experience dealing with TikTok.
Like Norbert.
I don't think so. He had more of this kind of voice. You know, he was a little bit more of a big, this thing. Because Salem was like right in the microphone kind of voice. You know, he was just right here. You know?
I actually think you sound kind of like Norbert now.
I mean, I actually like that even more.
Yeah.
So thank you.
You're welcome.
During the break, I'm going to have to pull up a clip from Angry Beavers.
Yeah.
Also, I loved that show growing up.
Me too.
Daggett and Norbert. Because Daggett was the same voice actor who did Invader Zim.
Uh-huh.
He was Zim's voice. So anyway, wow, that was quite the tangent. The situation has been particularly infuriating to residents as, despite its dark history, there has never been any paranormal activity associated with the abandoned home in nearly 30 years since the massacre occurred.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds a little too convenient, but okay.
Yeah.
The situation seemingly came to a head last Thursday when a trio of vloggers broke into the house to film a video and wound up being confronted by something far more frightening than the spirits of the slain family. A mob of angry villagers. They better have had torches and pitchforks. That's all I'm saying. You can't say a mob of angry villagers if there aren't torches and pitchforks.
I guess.
What do you think an angry mob of villagers is?
Guns.
I mean, there can be guns too, but I feel like pitchforks and torches are like the prerequisite.
Like guns and like flashlights and phones. That's what we do now.
You just had to modernize it. This is the angry mob for the skibbity toilet generation.
Yeah.
What began as an exchange of harsh words soon turned into a physical altercation that resulted in a resident needing hospitalization for his injuries.
Wow.
Yeah, and one of the content creators also being badly bludgeoned.
Ow.
Yeah. Authorities are now investigating the matter, and the individuals behind the videos promulgating the tale of the haunted house in Sampur could wind up facing charges for inciting panic.
Mm-hmm.
At the very least, one imagines that the incident will dissuade paranormal vloggers from visiting the village, lest they wind up being chased out of town by irritated residents tired of the town's 15 minutes of internet fame.
Interesting.
Yikes.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know, like if I wonder exactly how it went down, because if I went to a abandoned house and there was people and they were like, we're going to kill you because you keep doing this shit, I would just leave. There would be no altercation. I would be like, okay, and I'd be out.
I would just keep doing that shit.
I would just be like, okay, but it's being filmed, so everyone's going to see you hitting me.
And I'm going to get so much content.
Yeah.
So much
I'm
interaction.
In the hospital. So like,
what's up, gang? I'm in the hospital right now after being beaten by an angry mob.
Yeah.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Mash that like button like they mashed my face into the concrete. Let's get this video started. We're going to take a quick break. And when we get back, we're going to talk about a horrible discovery found inside a home by a prospective home buyer.
Oh.
And, oh my gosh.
Really?
This article's from
Today.
My City. No, it's from My City.
Oh.
I didn't even see that. Yeah, we'll get to that right after this. So when I was locking down this news story, I didn't realize it was literally from Dayton, Ohio, my city.
Yeah, you're just getting all the stories.
We have another Ohio story for a little bit later in the show too. Although I don't think this one is right by me. I think this one's further over the other side of the state.
Mm-hmm.
But this is from the Dayton Daily News, and the headline is "Previous Residents' Remains Found by Potential Home Buyers in Dayton."
Huh. I'm so interested and confused.
I figured you would be, being a home inspector.
Mm.
A 69-year-old man.
Nice.
Whose skeletal remains were found by potential home buyers in a Dayton house previously lived at the residence, according to police. Your face is
I'm
great.
so confused.
The Montgomery County Coroner's Office identified the man as Stephen Wortham. His cause and manner of death are undetermined, which means it's unclear what led to Wortham's death. That's one way to put it. Quote, the Montgomery County... Right? What? His death is undetermined, which means it's unclear what led to his death. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what undetermined means.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. His leg was broken, which means that his leg is not broken. What?
Mm-hmm.
Quote, the Montgomery County Coroner's Office told detectives that there are no obvious signs of trauma, and they believe that the male had been there for several months, said police Lieutenant Eric Sheldon. Around 9:50 a.m. on September 10th, on my birthday. Okay, fine. Two people entered the back door of 3940 Delphos Avenue and found badly decomposed remains. The remains were believed to be Wortham, and multiple family members came forward to provide DNA to help with identification, according to police. The coroner's office confirmed the identification on Tuesday. The house was vacant when his remains were discovered.
It wasn't.
But yeah.
I'm like, you don't understand. I'm so confused. Like, I mean, keep going, but I'm confused.
Quote, Mr. Wortham previously lived at the address, but had been pink slipped and removed from the home because of the poor living conditions, Sheldon said. A tipster said that Mr. Wortham would continue to return to the home and squat there. So the reason this became news, apparently, is that, oh, wow, you would actually love this house.
Yeah.
Aside from the corpse.
I love this house.
I told you. You want me to see how much it costs?
Ever.
You could probably get it.
Yeah. I want to get it.
You want me to pull up the Zillow?
Yeah.
Hopefully it won't mention the corpse, but
I mean, somebody needs to care about that house, so it'll be me. Okay,
what do you think the Zestimate for this house is?
$69,000.
Nice. 36.7.
Wow.
It's a 975 square foot, 1 bedroom, 1 bath house.
Wow, that's as
1938.
big as... That's how big my last house was.
Really?
Yeah, it was 906 actually square feet.
Oh, because my house is 1080, so I always thought your place was a little bigger, probably because it was split level or two floors. I mean,
yeah, I mean the last one, not this one. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think you meant the one you're in now.
Okay.
I figured you meant the other one. I just didn't want to say things like the city of your last house and stuff. Kind of worth being private,
I guess.
But you want to know the true tragedy is that post-COVID, home values have gone up so much here.
Mm-hmm.
Home prices have gone up so much. So this house right now they're asking 36.
Mm-hmm.
Right before 2020 in 2019 it was $16,000.
Wow.
Yeah. And it was cheaper than that. In 2017 they wanted
$12,000.
Or that was what it was estimated to be valued at.
That's amazing.
So, unfortunately it says it's off the market probably because of corpse.
Nah, somebody probably bought it. It was a while ago.
Maybe. You should really buy a second home out here.
I gotta buy a second home in Pittsburgh.
But I bet you get way more for your money here.
Pittsburgh has some good deals.
But then if you get a place here, I can check on it when you're not in town.
That's true.
That's the big win, is that I can go and do maintenance if you need it and stuff.
Yeah.
Although if you had a place in Pittsburgh, I could hang out there too.
Yeah, exactly. You can just go hang out in Pittsburgh.
Man, but then you could always tell people like, I'd love to do whatever that thing is you just told me, but I'm going to my vacation house in Dayton, Ohio. Although Pittsburgh sounds funny too. I'm going to my vacation house in Pittsburgh, but since you're already in PA, it doesn't sound as weird.
Yeah,
Going to my vacation house in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that's true.
But the reason this became like a whole deal in Dayton is because initially they just found a corpse in a random house. And nobody knew who he was or why he was there. So people, theories started abounding. People were like, was it a drug thing or a drug deal? Or was there, a body dumped there? Because no details came out other than body found in house. What? You started like 3 times. You almost said stuff.
I'm just really sad about this one because...
It is sad.
Especially because like basically what happened is, so he's evicted, this dude, but he's squatting there. But that means that the actual owner like just never checked.
Yeah.
It had been months, and this owner who was selling their house had not been in this house to just check about the condition or check anything. And that's really fucked up.
Wow, you're really taking a stand on this one. This is like similar to how mad you were about exorcism.
I mean, I feel bad for everyone. The dead guy, the house, the people who walked in to view it. So
I pulled up another piece because there wasn't a ton of detail.
Yeah, you still have your screen on.
Oh, sorry. It says the police said the remains were skeletal.
Yeah, that's what, yeah.
I mean, like, I just wanted to confirm, like, skeletal remains. Because they'd been there so long. I mean, but unfortunately, in this part of Dayton, because it's a rough area, I mean, the houses are under 50 grand, like now.
Yeah.
In today era. Because when I was growing up, it was normal for them to be that cheap. Excuse me. But, so they sit for a really long time.
Yeah, but, like, I mean, it seems like this is the first time anybody had like gone to this house to look at it.
Yeah.
And also you would think that if you have you're selling the house, you would think that you'd have the seller's realtor would like go in the house and like take pictures and shit. So like, I'm a little surprised.
Me too. But the real problem is that you weren't buying the house, so you weren't looking at it. Therefore, nobody was checking it.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, therefore he died. You caused his death.
Yeah,
is what we're actually getting at.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
I won't lie. That was a bit more of a bummer. So when we get back, we'll go into something a little bit different. From a story about a Georgia reservoir that spawned countless ghost stories.
Oh,
yeah, countless.
Wow.
Right after this. Yeah, you can't even count them. Try.
Wow, I can't.
All right, so we're going to head down to Georgia, Chell.
Oh.
Looking for a soul to steal.
I mean, okay.
In a bind. Way behind. No. This is from theguardian.com. And the headline is, Haunted and Cursed, Lake Lanier has a deadly reputation. A dark tale hides beneath the surface.
Dun, dun, dun.
Thank you. Kyle Glover. Wow, Kyle spelled K-I-L-E. Kyle.
Wow, that's weird.
I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Keeley?
Keeley. That would be so cool if that was a name. Keeley. I think it's Kyle, though, if I'm honest.
Right.
Kyle Glover was the entertainer in the family, the pride of his stepfather, the R&B superstar, Usher. Oh, his stepfather was Usher.
Wow.
He sang, he danced, he burned CDs of his own music, styled the covers with self-made art, and was otherwise expressing his creativity in internet videos before it was trendy.
Oh.
Quote, he would have been a YouTube sensation by now, says his mother. That's what my mom would say too, but I get it. The celebrity stylist Tamika Foster, but that future was thwarted on a family trip to Lake Lanier. just outside his Atlanta hometown in July of 2012. Kyle was only 11.
Oh.
Well, first of all, that's tragic, but also, wow, he was really into doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Good for him. That's really wonderful that he
Yeah.
was so into it. Kyle was only 11 when he was struck by a speeding jet ski while tubing and knocked unconscious.
Fuck.
Yeah. Foster on the island of St. Martin at the time managed to get Kyle to a hospital, or managed to get to Kyle's hospital bedside within hours thanks to ushers sending a private plane. An olive branch that came amid a bitterly public custody battle over their two younger sons.
Oh.
As Kyle lay on life support, Foster passed the time Googling for information about Lake Lanier. She is still horrified by what she learned.
Okay. What?
I just like leaving you hanging for a second to see what you would say. A reservoir fed by the Chattahoochee and Chestatee rivers in the Blue Ridge Mountains foothills that is more than twice the area of Manhattan. Lake Lanier, wow, it's twice the area of Manhattan.
I guess that's big. Is that big?
I bet it smells better though.
It just smells different.
I mean, Manhattan's not tiny.
No, it's not. It's pretty decently sized.
Lake Lanier juts northeastward from the city of Atlanta like a forked tongue, portending danger. That's some nice writing.
Mm-hmm.
It is reputed to be one of the U.S.'s most dangerous lakes, up there with the far larger Great Lakes, with an estimated 700 fatalities over the past 70 years.
I mean, that's a lot of fatalities in 70 years.
I would say so.
Yeah.
According to Georgia's Department of Natural Resources, the authority responsible for policing the lake, 233 of those deaths have occurred in the last 20 years.
Jeez, guys. Well, that actually sounds about right, because it was 70 years, 700 deaths, 20 years, 230.
Yeah, but you expect a lake to get safer as time goes on, not stay the same dangerous or be more dangerous.
You don't know how the lake feels about things. Maybe the lake feels like it's more dangerous now.
I mean, I was thinking more about just, safety protocols on boats, hospital accessibility, medication.
I guess that's not how it goes.
Apparently not. But it is the particularly mysterious nature of many of these incidents that fuels talk. That this recreational idyllic.
What?
That this recreational idyllic lake is cursed by restless spirits. Quote, if people really knew what was underneath the water still, says Dave Kahn, a lake resident and pleasure cruise operator, they'd think twice about partying here. I'm getting very curious.
Like a rip current, or because there's a reason that people are dying, and it's probably not ghosts.
Well, we're going to find out.
Fine.
Each tale from Lake Lanier seems more bizarre than the last. This summer alone saw a 27-year-old man who drowned despite wearing a life jacket. That is strange.
Yeah, I'm wondering how that happened.
And a family of 7 narrowly surviving their boat spontaneously combusting.
Let's be real, it's not spontaneous. Something was wrong with the boat, and it almost blew up or went on fire.
Okay. Less than a month before the speeding accident that killed Kyle Glover, 2 young boys had died on the water in nearly the same manner.
Well, that's just people there's a safety problem on this lake.
I mean, it sounds like it.
Yeah.
Over the decades, visitors have related strange encounters that tip into the paranormal, from phantom cries and laughter to full-on ghost sightings. Some swimmers tell of feeling unseen hands pulling them underwater.
Oh, that's not nice.
That sounds pretty scary to me. I don't know about you.
Yeah. I mean, not really, but yeah, I get it. I get it.
How does that not sound scary?
They just want you to go down there and drown so you can be with them forever. That's not scary.
How is that not scary? That's like the definition of my fear.
You just gotta relax. Let yourself go, and then you can live forever in the water as a ghost.
By being dead. You're not living forever if you're dead. That's not how that works.
It's semantics. Like, I don't know.
I was afraid you were going to say they were trying to tickle your feet. I was like, no, thank you.
Ew, no, gross.
We found Chell's big problem.
I just don't want people touching me for a weird reason. Like, it's one thing if they're just trying to drown me, but like, don't just touch me.
For weird reasons. Is tickling a weird reason?
Yeah, like why are you want to tickle me?
To hear you laugh?
I'm not gonna laugh. I'm gonna get creeped out.
I mean, okay.
Consent. Jeez.
Well, but that's the thing. Tickling doesn't work as well if you're like, yeah, go ahead and tickle me.
Well, then you shouldn't tickle people. Sorry, I don't care.
Okay.
Tickle people's feet.
In 2022, the critically acclaimed FX series Atlanta explored Lake Lanier's mythology for its season 3 premiere.
Oh.
And played on the differences in perspective between the white locals and the out-of-towners who flocked to the lake in droves, and Black Georgians, who regularly express their trepidations as a result of news-making disasters, including Kyle's, which thrust Lanier into the national spotlight. But where does lore diverge from the truth out on the water? And why do the myths about Lake Lanier abide? The lake abides. Man. I'd never heard about this one before. I won't lie, this is a lot more of an expansive article than I was expecting.
Yeah.
So we'll go through it a little bit, but we're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, we'll learn a little more about Lake Lanier. All right, we're back, and Chell and I had a little conversation about Lake Lanier because it turned out there was an insane amount of really bizarre, interesting history there. So we're going to save the remainder of that for next monthly Spooky in April, where we're going to dive, pardon the pun, right? We're going to dive deep into Lake Lanier. Maybe I'll take Michelle there and the ghost can tickle her feet and upset her.
No!
And she's
just
like, why don't you
drown me like
just
normal.
drown me. They're still touching your feet if they're drowning you.
I know, but the reason they're touching my feet, there's like a purpose for it, not just like, I'm going to make you uncomfortable. So it's okay.
If they're going to make you dead, that's better than make you uncomfortable?
At least, yes. Yes.
Okay. I'll just let that, you can have that one.
Thank you.
Wow. Well, we're heading yet again back to Ohio.
Oh.
It has been a busy couple months here.
Apparently.
This article is from people.com, which is weird because it's about Bigfoot.
Oh.
Ohio town is buzzing after multiple alleged sightings of mythical Bigfoot.
Oh.
I'm wondering where exactly it is. Yeah, it doesn't say right away. Not since the late 1970s Minerva monster have Ohio residents been so enamored with potential Bigfoot sightings. I don't know. People in Ohio really like their Bigfoot.
Yeah.
They do. I know for a fact. Because I made that documentary, Bigfoot in Ohio, and a lot of people found the Blu-ray just on eBay.
Oh, wow.
Because, yeah, Ohio people, they're curious. A lot of Michigan people bought it too. Probably just to judge us.
Yeah, probably.
Recently, a flurry of social media posts about alleged sightings of a massive beast have left residents in Portage County, Ohio, on the lookout for the infamous Sasquatch. That's pretty far away from me. That's more toward Cleveland, Youngstown, Cleveland, Akron area.
Mm-hmm.
Quote, 10 individual people were like, yeah, I was walking my dog when I saw a big creature with musty odor and suddenly it ran. Portage County Sheriff Bruce Zakowski told local CW affiliate WOIO in early March.
Wow.
Musty odor. Okay. Harsh
Yeah.
but fair. People reached out to the Portage County Sheriff's Office and Garrettsville Police Department for the latest updates on official reported sightings, but did not receive an immediate response. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Reactions to the reported Bigfoot sightings range from sincere to skeptical. Jeremiah Byron, host of the Bigfoot Society podcast, believes the claims and imagine that he believes the claims, and told local Fox affiliate WJW that it's not normal to have so many sightings so close together.
It's not normal?
Mm-hmm.
That's not how things work, because people hear about stuff and then they get worried and then they see things, and it's not like mass, like paranoia or something?
Hysteria.
Thank you.
You were close.
Not really.
It was area term.
Yeah.
No, I would say that it's super common for people to hear that and then start, and not even to lie, to just think that they're seeing stuff.
Yeah, I mean that's how that goes.
Byron cited several reports, including 2 friends hiking who said they spotted a 10-foot tall Sasquatch and a man who took his dog out at 4 a.m. local time, only for the dog to seemingly be startled by a large, shadowy figure at the wood line.
Oh no. There's not people.
Quote, or nothing.
Yeah.
It's a shadowy tree line.
Mm-hmm.
Quote, the Bigfoot community is extremely excited because we thought we'd never live through anything like this again, where there's a massive amount of sightings in such a short amount of time, Byron told WJW. Others, like local chiropractor Dr. John Barnowski, have enjoyed engaging with the posts, but don't seriously believe Bigfoot exists. I like that it's the chiropractor they had to get to set the record straight.
Yeah.
Like your spine. He's setting it straight.
Yeah.
Quote, there was a joke that we put on our Facebook that he did arrive at the office while I was at lunch and was seeing a couple of patients while I wasn't here. So the chiropractor said that Bigfoot was seeing patients at his office. Mm-hmm. Okay. I mean, that really really crack your back, you know?
I guess. I mean, I don't know.
Giant creature.
Yeah. Bigfoot might be good at that. Like, he might have some sort of license thing.
I mean, you better hope so, because otherwise the only other option you have would be to, like, tickle your feet, right?
I don't know why you like feet tickling so much.
It's because it upsets you so much.
Oh, it doesn't upset me. I just don't want it to ever happen, ever. And
if it did?
Then I would be not very pleased.
Oh, you would not be upset. You would just be displeased?
I would be displeased.
Okay, that checks out. That checks out. Other businesses like the Solid Rock Auto Group and the Garrettsville Cinema have similarly gotten in on the fun by posting edited pictures and videos depicting a Sasquatch in town.
Aw.
That's fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Regardless of whether you believe in Bigfoot or not, the figure remains relevant in pop culture. Most recently, documentary filmmaker Mark Evans produced a film debuting at South by Southwest that he said finally proves that the most famous Bigfoot film of all time is nothing more than an incredible hoax.
I thought we already knew that.
Oh, we knew that since the 90s.
Yeah, I'm so confused.
That's just marketing. I'm sorry. Like, look, the Patterson footage is what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
It was debunked. I want to say in the 90s. It might have been debunked earlier than that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm checking. Patterson footage debunked. Yeah, it's the famous 8mm footage of the guy. It looks like a guy in a gorilla suit, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, it really does.
But that's what all Bigfoot footage looks like, or a blurry thing.
So apparently nobody ever came forward and said they made it or that they faked it.
Okay.
But it's been looked at, and most people, I mean, everybody who's researched it has said it's not real.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It's bizarre to me that, I mean, it's just marketing. They want to get people to come and see their movies. They're like, we've proved it definitively. I mean, unless they got the guy who filmed it to say he faked it, they haven't.
Yeah.
That would be my guess. Is that they didn't, they're just saying it again.
Maybe.
So, yeah, it's been analyzed by so many different people. Wow. Like the American Museum of Natural History, the University of Florida, Stanford, Monster Quest.
Wow, Monster Quest.
I like putting all of those together. That makes me happy.
Yeah.
So Ohio, well, this would be northeastern Ohio, is just maggoty with big feet.
Yeah.
So, I mean, fair enough. They deserve to have a little fun out there. But speaking of fun, when we get back, we're going to take a trip to an abandoned theme park where something horrible happened.
Worse than a normal theme park?
We'll just have to find out. So we're back, and Chell.
Yeah.
I feel like we must have talked about this at some point in our friendship, but I don't think we have on mic. What do you think of amusement parks?
Oh, I don't like amusement parks.
At all?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I really don't like amusement parks.
Why?
Because I don't like the rides. So that means there's nothing fun.
You hate roller coasters?
I hate roller coasters. Terribly hate roller coasters.
Why?
Because they're terrifying and they make me feel scared.
They're supposed to scare you. That's the point.
I don't want to feel scared. I feel scared all the time. Why would I want to feel more scared?
I don't know if you know this about. I hate roller coasters. Actually,
I do know. Yeah,
I thought you knew. I thought you knew that. Yeah, I'm actually not a big fan of theme parks.
No. I mean, like, I don't mind like Ferris wheel, but like that's it. So like, that's
no
just
tilt-a-whirl. No tilt-a-whirl.
I don't want that. I don't want any of those things. No.
You don't want to get dizzy?
No.
Well, this amusement park in West Virginia is very interesting.
Okay.
This is from Newsweek, and the headline is "Abandoned Theme Park with Gruesome Past, One of the World's Most Haunted Sites."
Huh. I wonder if I know about this one.
Would you go to a haunted amusement park?
Sure. As long as I don't have to go on the rides.
As long as the rides aren't functioning, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
An abandoned amusement park in West Virginia, described by the Mercer County Convention and Visitors Bureau as one of the most haunted places. Yeah, the Visitors Bureau.
Well,
they have no reason to make you. They have no reason to make you think it'd be cool to be there.
Yeah.
Sits on land shaped by violence, tragedy, and decades of local folklore.
Oh.
Lake Shawnee Amusement Park has become a national curiosity. Its story, which blends documented history with persistent legend, reflects how places tied to real tragedy can take on a second life through folklore and tourism. Ooh, man, this must have been a really old place. Look at this. This is a photo from 2007 of the swings.
Yeah.
They're just horrible wood boards and like rusted chain.
I think I know about this one.
Really?
Yeah. Well, you'll have to keep going because
was it in like a ghost hunter show or something?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Shell's
but
much more versed in that than me.
Yeah. Sorry.
Lake Shawnee Amusement Park, located in Mercer County near the town of Rock. The town is just called Rock.
I like that.
Has been closed for decades. Once a popular summer destination for families, it is now best known for its reputation as a haunted site shaped by generations of tragedy along the Bluestone River. I want to mention, out by me, we had an amusement park called Americana.
Mm-hmm.
And it closed. Probably, I think in 2005, or maybe it was earlier than that, but it was very nearby. So school field trips and stuff we would go there.
Okay.
Because it was affordable and not very far away.
Mm-hmm.
It is just sat, and nature has reclaimed almost all of it now. They had two roller coasters. It was not a big park.
Mm-hmm.
They had two roller coasters. They had a bunch of like tilt-a-whirls and rides. And my favorite thing was they had it was built around a lake, and they had these machines where you put coins in and get fish food, and the fish would run to you to get the fish food,
Their
which I, as a little kid, I do what?
With their feet.
Yeah. Fish feet. And I'm pretty sure the fish food was actually just cat food.
Yeah.
Did you know that fish like to eat cat food?
I didn't, but I think just fish like things. Food things?
There was a cabin I used to go to in the summer, and they had a little lake. And the guy had told us, he was like, if you want to see fish, because it was kind of murky sometimes, and you were allowed to fish there, but I don't like to fish very much. But he's like, if you want to see fish, just get a bag of cat food, of cat kibble. Because he was like, that's what I feed them to help sustain the environment, keep the fish healthy. He was like, I feed them cat food. So we brought a big sack of cat food, dry cat food, and you'd throw a cup in and they would come running.
Yeah.
It was really cool. You'd see tons of fish.
I like fish.
Fish are kind of cool.
Yeah. They're weird.
But yeah, I just want to mention there's basically an abandoned amusement park not far from me, although I think it's mostly been torn down now. But I had friends who would like go there and they just break in and like get pictures and stuff. I mean, breaking in was just like going around the fence.
There. Yeah.
Yeah, basically. Once a popular summer destination for families, it's now best known for its reputation as a haunted site. Over time, the abandoned rides and overgrown grounds became a focal point for ghost stories and paranormal-themed tourism. Today, the rusting Ferris wheel and swing set remain standing, surrounded by vegetation, and that was me, and the remains of ticket booths and pathways. Visits to the site are typically limited to guided tours arranged in advance. That's okay. So I don't feel as bad that it's like basically just a Ferris wheel and a swing set. Because ours is actually like slightly more than that. Although I don't think anybody claims it's haunted yet.
Go for it. Claim it.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Let the people come in and beat you up.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah.
According to historical records, the park was originally opened in 1926 as a family-oriented attraction serving nearby coal mining communities. Before any rides were built, however, the land had a far older history. Well, what? I didn't think they just invented the land. They were like, we made this land.
Yay, it has no history at all.
This land didn't exist until 1922.
I wish.
Multiple sources document that the site was the location of a violent frontier-era attack in 1783 involving the family of settler Mitchell Clay. During that incident, 3 of Clay's children were killed or captured during a raid attributed to a group of Shawnee Native Americans.
Yeah, I do know about this one. Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Entrepreneur Conley Twigg Snidow Sr. These are the names that we don't get anymore.
Yeah.
Conley Twigg Snidow Sr.
I like that, I guess.
Later purchased the property and developed it into an amusement park. I mean, later as in much, much later, like 200 years later.
Oh.
Maybe more. According to historical accounts, the park featured a Ferris wheel, swing rides, a swimming area, a dance hall, concession stands, and cabins for overnight stays. I know that was really popular. That was really popular with early amusement parks, is cabins to stay there.
I mean, I guess like Disney has hotels, so it's all the same thing.
Well, back in the day, though, the amenities weren't as aggressive. You know, the amenity was like, there's a lake. There's, there's food, there's whatever. So it was like camping almost, like, except with like a lot more stuff to do. So you get a cabin and be like, do you want to go for a swim or do you want to get a corn dog? Oh, I want a corn dog so bad now.
You can get one.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm going to do that
welcome.
then. I just needed somebody to give me permission.
Yeah.
Finally, somebody. For many local families, Lake Shawnee was remembered as a popular summer destination rather than a place of fear, except for those afraid of roller coasters. That reputation began to change after a series of fatal accidents occurred during the park's operation.
Yeah, there's at least one that's really, really upsetting.
Well, we're going to take a quick break then. And when we get back, we're going to look into Lake Shawnee Amusement Park and find out all the gory details that Michelle has teased right after this. All right, we're back at the amusement park. Chell's favorite place.
Right.
Because apparently some horrible things are about to happen. So, according to reports, 2 drowning deaths occurred on the property. That's pretty weak compared to Lake Lanier, but okay.
Yeah.
Along with the death of a young girl who was struck by a delivery truck while riding the park's swing ride.
Yeah, that's what I remember. This is the same place.
What?
Yeah.
Holy crap. I wasn't expecting while on the swing ride. When I heard hit by a delivery truck, I'm like, oh, she was playing in the street or something. No, she was just on the swing ride and got creamed.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Does it explain?
I don't know.
Oh, then I won't say
We'll
anything.
find out.
Yeah.
The park ultimately failed a health inspection and closed in the late 1960s. That's the real horror. After sitting unused for years, the property changed hands again in the 1980s. Gaylord White, what a name, Gaylord White, a former park employee, briefly reopened the site in 1987, but rising insurance costs forced it to shut down permanently in 1988.
Yeah, people were like, that's the place where all those people died, right? And he was like, yeah, but we fixed things. And I'm like, oh, no.
In the early 1990s, archaeological work conducted by researchers from Marshall University uncovered Native American artifacts and burial remains on the property.
Yep, there's a lot of stuff here.
Ancient Indian burial ground, baby. 13 skeletons. Have you ever heard, by the way, not to digress too much, but apparently that's actually not even vaguely uncommon. Like, it's just, for hundreds of years, they were burying bodies all over the place.
I believe that, definitely.
That doesn't mean that there weren't very specific, important places they buried bodies. It's just that it's not crazy to find bodies buried places.
Yeah.
Now, if you found, 50, that's unusual.
Yeah.
And
well, they did find a bunch.
Unusual.
Yeah.
13 skeletons. Mostly of elderly individuals and children.
That's how you do it.
Were documented during the excavation, according to historical summaries. That discovery added another documented layer to the site's history and helped fuel its reputation as a place tied to unresolved tragedy. Mercer County Convention and Visitors Bureau said on its website, quote, known as one of the world's most haunted places, Lake Shawnee Abandoned Amusement Park. I like how they've added abandoned amusement park to the name.
Yeah.
Is a place where mystery hangs in the air. Stories passed down by word of mouth recall a frontier-era tragedy, an ancient burial ground, and an eerie amusement park left behind. The site draws historians and curious minds alike, all wondering what truths lie within the folklore. You'll have to see for yourself.
Ooh.
That's it.
Oh, so
I thought there was another piece. Yes. So you had some insight.
If I remember correctly, and I did just only see this ghost hunting thing once where they went here, she was on the ride and like a delivery truck like parked too close to the ride, and
that's kind of what I thought.
Yeah, and yeah.
I was kind of thinking something like that would happen because that makes the most. Why would it drive, into this? Yeah. But they just parked too close and they're probably up high and
yeah.
Gosh, that's a horrible way to go.
Yeah.
Not like having your leg pulled underwater and drowning you.
No, that's the good way.
That's the good way. That's the relaxing way.
Just let go.
As long as there's no tickling on the way down.
Yeah.
What if they tickled you to death?
I don't think that's a thing.
I think anything can be a thing with planning.
Well, what if I'm not ticklish?
You're clearly ticklish.
I don't think I'm ticklish.
By how aggressively anti-tickling you are,
I don't want people
ticklish.
just like touching me with their fingers like that, but I don't know that I'm actually ticklish.
I think you probably are.
No.
I'm just saying, it makes me think you are because you seem afraid of tickling.
I just don't want people just randomly touching me so that they can be happy with themselves.
That is, I don't know if I've ever heard tickling described in such a truly upsetting way. So, wow.
But that's it.
Okay. I'll let you have that one.
Okay.
So, Chell, as springtime sprung, what do you usually do first when springtime begins?
I mean, I don't know. What do you mean? Like it gets warm.
I mean, like, is there stuff you do around the house? Is there like what tells you, hey, it's spring? Is it like that you're mowing the lawn, for the first time of the year or something? What is it?
I mean, there's not really anything. I guess that could be taking care of outside stuff, but I haven't done any of that yet, and technically it's spring, so who knows?
Well, it is on a technicality. I was curious because, some people they open up some windows or they're just doing some stuff to like kind of, I don't know, get out of the winter mindset.
I mean, I do things when it gets warm, so sure.
I mean, is that not spring?
It could be spring. It could also be January. I don't know.
You don't know? I mean, it's definitely warmer in the spring than it is in January.
Sometimes it's like 65 in January.
Yeah, but not for the whole month.
Okay.
Can we at least agree that we trend warmer?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
Man, you know how people are like, when you woke up today, you chose violence. You woke up today and chose just difficulty.
Sorry.
I'm going to have to talk to your mom about how you're being after this Chainsaw Man ending. That's upset you so much.
She knows. I tried to explain it to her.
No, but she doesn't know what it's done to you.
Oh. But how is that going to help us?
Oh, I just wanted it to really like mess up your life a bit.
Oh, okay.
It's really revenge.
Okay, you can tell her. It's fine.
Just call your mom and be like, I'm really worried about Michelle.
Yeah. You know what? Just
see
do
what
it.
Happens.
Do it. It's over. My life's over. Just do it.
Well, what I was trying to do before Michelle fought me like a friggin', like a Wolverine was set up that when we get back, we're going to talk about our topic for this month. And it's 11 springtime superstitions. And a lot of these I'd never heard of, but they're pretty fun. And some of them are a lot of them are pretty weird. One even involves killing.
Like a person?
No.
Oh.
Maybe.
Oh.
Right after this. All right, Chell.
Okay.
We're going to talk about some springtime traditions. I myself don't have any major ones, but I will say, like, the first day that it's just warm enough to open all the windows is kind of nice.
Yeah.
And just get some fresh air in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't hate out and out yard work.
Yeah.
Like, I just noticed today, like, if I don't have to mow this Friday, I'll definitely have to mow next Friday.
Interesting. We don't
like,
really
my grass is getting there.
We didn't really have anything growing yet.
We had some. So we had a lot of rain there for a minute. A lot of rain. But this is from mentalfloss.com.
Wow.
Yeah. 11 springtime superstitions from balancing eggs to burning snowmen.
That's unique.
I wonder if the socks burning will be in here. I don't think it is. I think these are all older superstitions. I really want to go to that sock burning festival, dude.
I know.
Oh, we'll have so much fun.
Fine.
We can dance around and drink the non-alcoholic beer. And be like, this is so bad. That's the whole time we'd be going, oh, this tastes so bad. That's all we talk about. So let's see. Spring brings with it new flowers, plenty of irritating pollen for those with allergies, and a general feeling of freshness and rebirth. Michelle disagrees. I can tell by the look on your face. You're like, no.
Yeah. No freshness or rebirth.
Of course, in olden times, and for many people who still live closely with the land, spring was and is much more than an aesthetically pleasing, sometimes eye-irritating seasonal shift. Its onset literally means survival for those who rely on the season's warmth to bring the birth of new crops and livestock. I mean, winter's a brutal concept.
Yeah.
When I think about winter, I have, HVAC, When I think of winter without it, I'm like, wow, that'd be horrible.
Yeah, it's true. It would suck.
A lot of people did not survive winters.
Yeah.
It's no surprise, then, that spring is associated with a wide variety of superstitions and traditions meant to predict the arrival of warm weather, to bring protection, and much more. Most of these 11 superstitions have their roots in ancient faiths, but many still resonate with people around the world today.
Yeah.
So number 1, and this, don't worry, at first I read this as killing the first adler.
Oh, no.
Creepy, but no. It's killing the first adder.
Oh.
That made you sadder. You're like, oh no.
Yeah.
There is a vast amount of folklore and legends related to snakes. These creatures appear everywhere, from the Bible to the archetype of the Aurorabus. Oh, I did say that right. Aurorabus.
Is that how you say that?
Aurorabus?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's Aurorabus.
Okay.
Isn't it? The snake eating its own tail. Aurorabus.
Yeah, I actually don't know how that's pronounced. Yeah.
Since serpents tend to emerge from their wintertime brumation periods as the weather warms, it's no surprise there's some specific spring-related lore around them. According to Scottish folklore, killing the first adder seen in spring would bring good luck and would allow people to triumph over their foes, but failing to kill one would summon misfortune.
Yeah, I totally get it. You don't kill something, it means that you're not lucky.
I mean, I'm surprised. I thought you'd take a stand and be like, don't hurt those snakes.
Well, no, I'm not happy about this. And I'm also not sure if they eat the snake. If they eat the snake, I guess that's fine.
I would be shocked if they ate the snake. I don't think that Scottish folklore, they eat snakes. Or in Scottish history.
Then I don't like this.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm checking if they eat snakes. But it kept autocorrecting to snacks. So Scottish people do not generally eat snakes.
Not even when they kill them?
Nope. Adders are venomous. So I did forget that until I read that. Adders are a venomous snake. So it's not like a garter snake or something. I'm not saying therefore just kill it for fun. I'm just saying like it's not a corn snake.
Mm-hmm.
That literally is like, hey, I'm just like living because I'm a corn snake.
And I'm really soft.
Oh gosh. Have you touched a corn snake?
I've touched a snake.
Oh.
They're very soft. There was one outside and I touched it.
Oh God, you touched an outside snake?
Yeah.
I only touched my dad's python when I was a kid, and that was it. It was soft, though.
That's nice. Yeah, I never touched an inside snake, just outside snakes.
Another springtime myth is spider webs.
Okay.
They don't actually exist. It's just a springtime myth.
Wow. I'm so confused.
This holds that the more spider webs you see in the spring, the better fortune you'll have in the autumn.
Okay.
This may connect to a folk tale about how spiders helped to protect baby Jesus when Mary and Joseph needed a place to hide him. According to the story, they hid in a cave, and spiders wove a thick web at the entrance to shield the family from view. I remember that part in Charlotte's Web.
Yeah.
Were you a Charlotte's Web kid?
I did like Charlotte's Web.
I loved Charlotte's Web. Do you cry at the end?
I don't know. Probably.
You cried at the end. Despite the fact that these creatures often trigger fear, at least within anyone with a touch of arachnophobia, spiders have long been associated with good luck, prosperity, and creation.
Yay.
Of course, there are also tangible benefits to keeping those spiders in your house around, such as reliable pest control.
Mm-hmm.
I am a big believer in I don't kill spiders.
Good.
Unless it's on me.
Then you just let it off you. Jeez.
No, if it violates my personal space, it's over for the spider.
Really? It doesn't even know it's on you. It just is on a surface, and it was not trying to hurt you.
You and I both know that spider is trying to tickle you. That's what they're there for.
No, spiders are not like people. They don't just get joy out of touching people.
They have all those legs. Of course they're going to tickle.
They can't. They're too small to even be ticklish. You know.
No, they're not. No, they're trying to tickle you.
I know, but it's too. There's like sometimes you can't even feel a spider on you because they're so small.
They don't know that. They're not you.
That's true.
They're like on you. They're like, yeah, I'm tickling the hell out of this bastard.
Oh, now I don't like spiders anymore.
But my point is, I mean, like the only way I would kill a spider is if I like realized one was on me and it scared me and I'd probably hit it.
Mm-hmm.
But in my house, I don't bother a spider. And it's funny because, you know, this house, I almost never find bugs in my house. It's very, very rare. And I wonder if it's because I would never hurt a spider, but I also don't find a lot of spiders.
Yeah, I think you just don't have bugs. Must be
which
nice.
Is nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's funny. Oh, sorry.
I have a lot of spiders and a lot of bugs. So, yeah.
Well, it's funny because like my mom's house is like way fancier
and
in a really nice area, and they have way more bugs than I do. Like I just don't have a lot of bugs.
Yeah. That's interesting.
I find them every so often, but just, like, usually the only place I see bugs in my house is like if I have like a really old lamp, I'll find, you know, dead bugs in the lamp.
Mm-hmm.
But like otherwise I never see any.
Lucky. Sort of. Actually, bugs are nice.
You like bugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, even though they exist only to tickle. That's literally what they're for. Haven't you ever felt like a weird tingling on your arm and thought maybe there was a bug there and then there wasn't one? And that was you thought about how bugs tickle. That's what you thought about.
Oh, God.
I'm just trying to help you.
I don't think you're trying to help me at all.
I want you to live your best life, not being tickled. So I'm going to tell you all of the tickle threats that exist.
Oh, God.
From here on out, not just on the show, I'll be text messaging you daily.
No.
With a tickle threat report.
Oh, my God.
You're the president and you're at war, you know? But we're going to take a quick break, but don't go away because we're going to be talking about something. I think, Chell, you'll like this. Big Porridge Day.
Oh.
Right after this. So, Chell, if you had to guess, what do you think Big Porridge Day is?
I guess it's probably a day where you get like your biggest carton like canister of oatmeal.
Okay.
And then you pour it in a pot or a vat, and then you just make porridge for everyone.
I was going to say close, but I think actually you're probably as far off as possible.
Okay.
Spring is an extremely important and sacred time in Celtic and Gaelic culture, and there are many different practices that come from places like Ireland, Scotland, and Wales related to it. One particularly unique springtime superstition that comes from Scotland is the tradition of pouring a pot of porridge into the ocean.
Oh.
Which was believed to draw seaweed, an important and nutritious commodity, to the shore.
Okay. I mean, I don't know if that works, but I get it. Sort of.
It doesn't really sound, I don't know. I mean, if it does work, it's beyond anything I understand.
Yeah.
This event typically took place in late spring and was sometimes called Shore Thursday or Maundy Thursday.
That's interesting.
Ooh, the call of the cuckoo.
Okay.
Another Scottish springtime myth concerns birdsong, a common sign of spring, though not all birdsong was associated with good luck and blooming flowers. Specifically, Hearing the song of the cuckoo early in the morning was said to bring misfortune in some Scottish traditions. So some people even hid bread under their pillows and ate breakfast immediately after waking to avoid any ill effects.
Wow, that's rough.
Your fear of the cuckoo.
Yeah. So you have to eat bread that you kept in your bed
Under your
overnight.
pillow. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, you don't want to have any ill effects from the cuckoo.
I guess.
This one really interests me.
Mm-hmm.
Burning a snowman.
Yeah, because I'm not sure how you do that.
It's they cheat.
Oh, fuck.
Groundhog Day is a popular tradition said to predict the timing of spring's arrival. But another more obscure ritual said to do the same thing stems from Switzerland and involves burning a snowman called the Buig.
Mm.
It had 2 umlauted O's back to back, man. Buig, I think, is how you'd say that. The tradition dates back at least to the 16th century, but may have roots in ancient pagan practices meant to get rid of winter. And it's not hard to see the symbolism in literally setting fire to a being made of snow.
Mm.
According to some who still practice this tradition, the faster the snowman's head explodes, the warmer winter will be.
Yay.
You know what? I can't actually, as I'm looking at it, I can't tell. At first I thought it was just like an effigy of a snowman, but this might actually be just like a snowman.
Yeah, I can't really tell what's going on
because there's snow on the mountains behind it. So I think it's actually a snowman. It's just like it's like got a frame on it. Like it's built around it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking it might not be a real snowman.
It has a corncob pipe in his mouth.
So
I think that makes it legally a snowman.
It looks too much on fire.
Well, if you pour gasoline on it, it would burn. Just saying. You could say that about anything, though.
Yeah.
Ooh, this one sounds fun.
Okay.
Drowning a pagan goddess.
Well, okay.
Slavic tradition has a similar practice to the Swiss tradition of burning a snowman to usher in spring. Only the Polish version involves parading a straw effigy of the goddess of winter through the streets, burning it, throwing it into the water, and immediately looking away.
Wow.
The immediately looking away part is what makes me go, wow, the old world, man.
Yeah.
So weird. They always have something like that, too.
Mm-hmm.
Something that to me doesn't even make sense as a ritual part. Like, and then you got to look away. Okay. Yeah. This particular goddess, Marzana, is connected to plagues and death in addition to winter. Well, that's fun.
Yeah.
In old times, it was believed to be extremely important not to look at her effigy after it had been tossed into the water. Quote, getting rid of this symbol of winter deadness was considered a dangerous act.
Okay.
Writes Beta Wojciechowska. It's WOJCIECHOWSKA.
Wow.
I think it's Wojciechowska. That's one of those.
Mm-hmm.
A history professor at the Jan Kochanowski University.
Sorry.
Quote, the hostile force which was being destroyed could reveal its destructive power even at the very last moment of its existence.
Okay, yeah.
Ooh, this one, you'll like this one actually, I think. Or maybe you'll hate this one. You'll be like, that's wrong.
Yeah.
Tying a trinket to a tree.
I mean, I guess that's okay.
In Romania, the arrival of spring is heralded by the holiday of Martisor. As part of this holiday, people often wear trinkets with red and white strings. According to superstition, tying these strings to trees can bring good luck and can help make wishes come true.
Okay, sure.
I don't have a lot of trinkets laying around.
Yeah, me neither. I guess you get one, and then you tie
I gotta go get one at the trinket shop.
Yeah, and that's kind of nice because the tree gets in like a new gift.
Yeah,
that it can wear.
And the Trinket Emporium stays in business.
Exactly.
The Trinket Industrial Complex.
Yeah, that's how they get you.
Ooh, fairy folklore. Various cultures have countless superstitions associated with fairies, who are often thought to be particularly active around spring, and particularly around the pagan holidays of May Day or Beltane, which takes place on May 1st. In Celtic and pagan tradition, engaging with fairies always required care and respect, as they were often said to wreak havoc on humans when displeased by them.
Yeah.
Yeah, actual fairy lore is really creepy and weird.
Yeah.
For example, leaving primrose flowers on doorsteps was something believed to attract fairies who would bless the home, but allowing these flowers to die was thought to provoke ire among the fair folk.
That sounds kind of rough.
It does sound
flowers
rough.
do die. You can't. Yeah.
Yeah, the fairies are just ready to get you. That's really what it comes down to. Hawthorn trees were believed to be entrances to the fairy realm and could be asked for blessings, though they were to be avoided after dark.
Oh, no.
As fairies would often hang around playing dreamy music there in the night, waiting to lure humans into the underworld. It was also highly inadvisable to destroy a fairy fort or fairy ring.
Okay.
All traditions related to fairies took on more significance during spring, as this was the time when they would most often enter into the human world. Daffodils.
Yeah.
That's all I got. No, flowers are clear signs of spring, and many have various superstitions associated with them. Daffodils in particular are shrouded in stories and legends. These yellow blooms could traditionally signify both misfortune and luck, which makes sense as daffodils can be toxic when eaten, yet are often one of the first flowers to emerge out of the snow at winter's end, leading to their association with rebirth and hope. According to some European traditions, finding the year's first daffodil was sometimes believed to guarantee a lucky year, but giving someone a single daffodil could bring bad luck.
You got to be careful, I guess.
Well, we're finally leaving Eastern Europe here for a minute.
Yeah.
Balancing eggs on the equinox.
Wow.
Chinese legends suggest that eggs can balance upright on the spring equinox, a phenomenon often associated with the sun's position. Successfully balancing an egg has been linked to good fortune for the coming year.
Well, that's nice.
While there's no scientific backing to this tradition, you think, it's a fun practice to try any time of year. I mean, that's one way to have a good time. You like to balance eggs, I imagine.
I mean, I don't normally balance things that are fragile, but sure, I'll give it a shot.
Interestingly, sometimes eggs can be balanced upright thanks to a little abrasion on the shells.
Oh.
If you have the patience to work with them for a while.
I just have to mess it up a little and then it'll work. Yeah.
And our last one, this is one we're familiar with. Animals predicting the weather.
Oh.
Of course, because of Punxsutawney Phil. Animals and their habits have long been associated with spring, though this is less based in superstition and more rooted in fact. Bears and other mammals really do reliably emerge from hibernation during spring. However, this reality has generated many superstitions, including Groundhog Day, when a groundhog seeing his shadow or not signifies the remaining length of winter. This particular ritual might have its roots in pagan traditions that tried to divine the timing of spring's arrival from late winter weather or from the habits of animals. For example, a bright sunny day on Candlemas, a pagan holiday sometimes celebrated on February 2nd, was sometimes associated with a longer winter.
Interesting how you would, because I would think it'd be the other way around. You have a sunny day, so maybe spring's coming. But that's kind of how Groundhog Day is too, because if he sees his shadow, you would assume it would be sunny out.
Yeah. And that he was, on the alert, because he's like, oh God, my shadow.
Yeah, he doesn't really care, but...
Many other animal-related beliefs and stories exist, such as a long-standing folk belief that the sound of croaking frogs signifies incoming rain. Interestingly, it turns out that frogs really do sometimes start croaking louder when it's about to rain, as they lay their eggs in bodies of water, meaning that male frogs tend to start looking, often loudly, for a mate just before a downpour. So there you go. These are all the ways that you should definitely ring in spring if you don't like snakes.
Oh.
I said if you don't like them. If you do, you don't do it.
Yeah, but I don't want people who don't like snakes to hurt snakes.
Well, then you're gonna have to do something about it yourself. You're gonna have to You're gonna have to put your money where your mouth is and become a snake vigilante.
Okay, fine.
Well, we're gonna take a quick break and we're gonna wrap up this month's monthly spooky by talking about some horror media, some creepy Reddit stuff, and I promise I will not personally hurt any snakes.
Yay!
Today.
Oh.
All right, wrapping up this month's episode, I want to mention a few horror films I went to see in the theater. There were plenty to see in the theater. One of the big ones was Scream Part 7.
Wow.
Yeah, Part 7, Neve Campbell's back. It made me realize something that I feel bad saying.
What?
The Scream movies are all so similar to each other, like even by horror movie sequel standards.
Really?
They're really similar to each other, man. They're almost all the same thing. It's just like there's a setup, and then it's like, oh, could the killer really be back? And then people start dying, and then they reveal who the killer is, and they give a monologue about why they're the killer. They're really alike.
Huh.
And because that's saying something, because, you know, like, oh, Friday the 13th movies are all like, yeah, kind of. I mean, this guy's hulking around killing people at camp, but they're not that much alike. Like the broad strokes are alike, but in these, it's like all the beats feel the same.
Interesting.
That being said, it was fun. It had some really imaginative kills. It's a fun universe to hang out in if you love the Scream movies.
Yeah.
You know, it's cool to get another one.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't do anything bad. It just, I really kind of realized, I was like, crap, are these all basically the same movie?
Interesting.
They kind of are. So, yeah, but if you like the Scream movies, it's worth seeing.
That makes sense.
After that, I saw Undertone, which I talked about at the beginning of the show. I loved it. I thought it was really scary and really creepy. It does star a woman who hosts a horror podcast, which is hilarious. That I was like, man, I could really use a break from work. I'm going to go watch this. And then it's just, no joke. She sits down at the dining room table and she's using the microphone I'm talking into right now.
Oh, wow.
It was a Electro Voice RE20. Because she sat down and started talking, and I was like, wow, at least she knows that you talk into the front of it and not the side. Because I've seen movies where people talk into the side.
Wow.
Then,
really?
Yeah. Including Halloween Ends.
Oh.
Yeah, the radio disc jockey's talking into the side of it because you're going to make me nerd out. But it has like little vents on the side. Mm-hmm. So some people think it's a side address microphone because they're vents. But the vents are actually variable D, which makes the proximity effect less noticeable.
Okay.
It's actually meant so that you can kind of move around a little bit and they don't hear it in your voice. Because see, when I get this close, it doesn't get crazy bassy. I mean, there's still more bass, but it doesn't sound insane. It's just volume up.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a thing with these mics. But I will say, she had a cheaper mic arm and she didn't have a shock mount, and that drove me crazy. I was like, you're going to spend $480 on that microphone and not have a shock mount? You're going to just put it on whatever mic stand you have? I'm my mom. That's how my mom talks about stuff like that. But no, it was a cool movie. She's in a house with her mother who has been sick for a long time and now is in the process of dying. Mm-hmm. And it's creepy. It's scary. It's got an incredible amount of millennial dread. It's got an incredible amount of internet culture in it that I thought was really fun. Mm-hmm. So I really recommend Undertone the most of all the horror movies I've seen this month.
Cool.
And finally, the last horror film that I saw in the theater this month was Ready or Not 2.
2.
Which is Ready or Not under, and the a subheading is Here I Come, which I thought was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever see Ready or Not?
No.
You would love it. It's really good. It's really good. It's basically this woman marries into a family where they have to play, they like on their wedding night, they have to play to the death, hide your it or hide and seek.
Huh.
There's more to it, but like I actually realized that when I try to describe it in detail, it just doesn't work because it's so intricately wild.
Yeah.
Because I tried to explain, like, yeah, so they do this and this and this, and then this, and I was like, no, it's just they're playing hide and seek to death. That's what you need to know to go and see it, and then you can get all the awesome backstory because there's lots of cool stuff. But you really should watch Ready or Not. I think you'd like it a lot.
Okay.
It's one of those horror films that's scary and really funny without being like silly all the time. You know, like it's not jokey, but it's sincerely funny. There's a lot of really great lines.
Mm-hmm.
One of since there's a sequel, I can say that at the end, you know, because she obviously doesn't die if there's a sequel.
Right.
She's sitting on the front porch of this house, just drenched in blood in her wedding gown.
Wow.
And she's just smoking a cigarette, like with her hand shaking. And when the police walk up to her, they go, "What happened to you?" And she goes, "In-laws." Come on, you know, you can't. How could you not love a movie like that? You know. So, but Ready or Not, Here I Come. I think that the first Ready or Not was like lightning in a bottle. And that's a hard thing to, because it was not fair to say, like, it's not as good as the first one. Well, the first one blew everybody's mind. Nobody was expecting it to be so good.
Yeah.
I thought it was damn fun. I thought it was really cool how they expanded the world of why they hunt people and play hide and seek. I thought Samara Weaving was great stepping back into that role. So if you liked Ready or Not, you desperately need to see Ready or Not, Here I Come. And if you've never seen Ready or Not, you need to see Ready or Not. That's my full opinion.
Yay.
So with that being said, Chell, do we have anything creepy on Reddit?
So Reddit was really hard this month. I was looking on Glitch in the Matrix and all the stuff was like, yeah, no, that's just something that happens to people in real life. I don't know why you're freaking out about that. But I did find there was an Ask Reddit that was like, I can't even tell you what it was. It was the creepiest thing that ever happened to you in the woods.
Ooh, okay.
Most of them were just not that creepy, but there's this one person and they were hiking in where the hell? Not Kentucky. Was it Kentucky? Damn.
Maybe West Virginia? I don't know.
No, it was like somewhere here-ish. They just said the eastern US. They didn't say
gotcha.
Where. So they're hiking and they're just gonna like stay overnight and then hike back in the morning or something. So they like set up their tent and everything. And they're like having a fire and like reading a book and just being a person. And it's in the evening and they hear this really, really loud like bang or crash. And they're like a seasoned hiker. So they were like, that's not a normal sound. That sounds like a car hit something.
Yeah.
So they get up to kind of like look around and they don't see anything. And they're like, okay, I mean, whatever. Go back. Oh, and at this point they like texted their wife or girlfriend or something to say like, hey, I'm gonna go look at something, like I hope I don't die kind of deal.
Yeah.
Get back, sit down, gonna read the book again because obviously there's really nothing going on.
Yeah.
Don't remember anything else until 3:00 in the morning when they wake up. And they're like, okay, I don't even remember going to sleep. Book is like on them, closed. I think they had like they like can't find their fire is out, basically. They like can't find their flashlight or their phone. So they're like, they have like a watch, I guess like a, special watch thing. And so they're trying to use their phone light to like find things. Go over to the tent and the tent, like 2 of the tent poles have just been ripped the fuck out and their tent is all like folded and wound up.
What?
So they're like, okay. They unwind their tent and it's still like closed and everything and unzip it. And inside their sleeping bag is their like phone and flashlight, like all shoved at the bottom of the sleeping bag. And it like including like I think that the person had like the flashlight around their neck or something. So just no idea what happened. Never figured it out. They just didn't go back to sleep that night. And then they went home.
Well, the involvement of 3 a.m. makes me skeptical because 3 a.m. is the popular internet witching hour.
It might not have been 3 a.m. It might be that I remember it as 3 a.m.
But I that one, I mean, I'd be perplexed. I mean, not remembering falling asleep, that's not so crazy. You know, sometimes you just fall asleep. But all their stuff being all messed up, I mean, like, did they happen to mention earlier in the story that they were foraging for mushrooms to eat that night or anything?
No. And they didn't say, like, I took a bunch of drugs or I was on Ambien.
Did anybody ask if the woods had a carbon monoxide detector?
No one asked that.
Damn it. Man, Reddit really is slipping.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I can only assume that they like sleepwalked or like something happened. They had some sort of mental breakdown. Because aside from that, like aliens, I don't know.
Yeah, aliens would be like alternate universe. I mean, he could have like been in another, he could have like switched to a universe where his stuff was all changed.
I guess it's just weird because something happened that like ripped the tent out of the ground. So if he didn't do it, you would think he would have woken up.
Of course.
Someone else doing it. So it's weird.
It is. No, it's super weird.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know what the hell that could have been.
Yeah.
Well, good job, Chell. That one actually was pretty weird. Like, that one actually got me a bit. So, oh, Chell. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us on Monthly Spooky. We really do appreciate it. Remember, if you ever want to send us an email about anything at all, send it to weeklyspooky@gmail.com. If you want to describe, you know how you tickle people.
No.
I can forward it directly to Michelle, or give you her address so you can send letters.
No.
And we hope everybody out there has had an awesome March, and that, you know, the weather is improving where you are, and you're looking forward to a fun spring, and maybe leave the adders alone. You know, they've been through enough.
Please.
But we'll be seeing you guys next month when we talk about Lake Lanier and a whole lot more, and we hope you'll join us. So make sure you're subscribed on your favorite podcasting app, and we'll see you guys then. Chell, if you want to remind people one last time to not tickle you, now's your chance.
Man, I was going to do that anyway, so now I don't want to anymore.
Sorry about you. Until next time.